Okay. Okay, hopefully that's all working now, and hopefully you can hear me. My audio does sound a bit quiet. Is that better? Let me know if that sounds fine. And who's going to be first to comment today? Who's going to be the first on each platform to comment? And who's going to be the first to share? Welcome to Sunday. I'm Stephen Webb, and I help people through difficult times. Especially if you're overthinking and you're making things into something bigger than they are, I help you to have a new perspective on life. Help you to see things a little different. And when we see things a little bit different, we can often cope a lot better. More freedom. Hi Cheryl, congratulations Cheryl, you were first today. Emin, congratulations, you were first on Periscope. Hi Sonia, and hi Sherry, how are you all doing? How is this Sunday morning treating you? Or more importantly, how are you treating this Sunday morning? That's more important. Today we're just doing a little check-in. And the check-in basically is what's going on in our bodies. And we should do this all the time. And I'm going to share with you a real handy tip if you overeat chocolate or sweet stuff. If you eat too much of it, if you pick up a bar and you eat the whole lot, I'm going to share with you a tip so you never do that again. And it works. It's amazing. So we'll let a few more people come in and I will share that with you, and then we'll do the meditation. Hi, Katja. Got my little cat here sleeping. Put it on this camera a moment. There you go, in the background. Can't really see her because it's all bright on the camera and I can't fade out. Oh, in the way now. Will it go a bit better? Nope, don't work. So, bring it back to my main camera. Beautiful bird sang to me, 5:45 a.m. Blessing it is. Absolutely. Absolutely. I always think of the birds. We think of them as a beautiful singing. Maybe they think our chatter when we go out for a walk is singing as well. And maybe they're not singing at all. Maybe they're having a domestic argument about the night before. And they're sitting in the tree. Sorry, I find this funny. I don't know why. It's not even that funny. But I find it funny. It's like they're sitting in the tree and they're going, "What time did you get home last night?" "Well, I wasn't that late home." "Well, next time go into your own tree. You're not coming back here into this tree if you're going to stay out until after dark. And we hear it as beautiful singing. Who knows? Or maybe they are singing. Hi, Rosie. How is it in Australia this evening? I do open my window a tad each morning to hear the bird songs. I know, they are nice songs. But it's just so funny. We don't actually know what they're saying to each other, do we? Oh, I will, Demauser. I will. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hi, Daniel from Cape Town. How is it down in Australia, in Africa? You're about an hour ahead of us, aren't you? So yeah, right. If you want to not eat too much more chocolate, what you do, chop it up into little bits, or this works with donuts or anything. And I did this with a friend the other day, and it really does work. Hi, Laura. And if you chop it up into little bits, and then eat one bit really mindfully. But the key is don't chew it up and then swallow it. You eat it and you keep it in your mouth and you put it on the roof of your mouth and you savor every last little bit of it. Don't wash it down. Don't wash it down with the next square, because normally we pile them in one after the other. The idea is to get rid of all the flavour out of your mouth completely without taking a drink before you're allowed to take the next square. Now, and in doing this, it means that you enjoy it for a lot longer. You also get slightly annoyed by trying to get rid of the taste out of your mouth. And after about 2 squares, you've had enough. And it's that magic. So if your downfall is chocolate or donuts or something like that, do that. Because there's 3 reasons we stop eating. 1, we run out of food. Pardon me. 2, we're full. Or 3, we're bored with it. So the idea on chocolate and things like that, get bored with it. And you'll end up eating a lot less chocolate and sugary stuff. It really does work. I'm about to put outside bananas and a 5-finger for the birds to have. I don't know what a 5-finger is. Thank you, Rosie. That's nice of you to say. Yeah, I'm doing well, Demauser. I'm doing really well. We'll have to get together and have a hug after this lockdown. Good morning, Laurie. Wow, I have 6 chocolate bars to practice. I challenge you. 1 chocolate bar. If it's 6 squares, cut it into 12 and do it. So each square lasts like a couple of minutes. And I guarantee you, you will not eat the whole chocolate bar. You'll be bored of it after about the first 4 or 5. I've got a really shiny nose. It really does work. Right, we're going to do a meditation in a minute. We'll wait about another minute and then we'll do. And the meditation really is just checking in with ourselves. We spend so much of our life in our heads, we don't even know what the body's doing. The only time we know what the body's doing is when it's in pain or when it's suffering of some kind. You know, you don't take no notice of your breathing when it's all healthy and good. It's only when you cannot breathe or perhaps you've got asthma or you get a chest infection and then suddenly you're taking notice of your breath. And your ankle, you can walk around on your ankles all day and your feet, and it isn't until they start aching that we visit them. So we get stuck in our heads all the time. And your body's telling you all of this information before it's important, before it gets too bad. It's like your car. The wear and tears are all there. All the signs are there before they break. Well, our body does the same thing. It's telling us, hey, I'm full. Hey, don't eat no more of that. It's making me feel terrible and tired. Hey, my knees are starting to give way a little bit. I need to strengthen them up. Things like that. So all that information is there. But we wait until it's so loud that we cannot walk or we cannot bear to put any weight on our ankle because they're hurting too much. So that's what today's meditation is about. It's just, we're going to just check in and see what's going on in the body. You know, we just don't like to go to the body. The only time we go to the body is either when it's in pain or we want to do some desires with it. That's the only time we check in with the body. All the rest of the time we avoid it at all costs. Oh, it's funny. Hi, Joanne. How are you doing? Good morning, Dave. On Friday, we're going to do a special, me and Dave Moore, explaining how to set goals that work. Simple as that. Smart goals that work. Well, mine and Dave's version of smart goals. So, yeah. What else is there before we start? Nothing. That's it. Right, let's make a start. Let's see if I can get my bowl a bit closer. Sorry about the clunking noises, everybody. That's not my joints. Right. Okay, a lot of anxiety lately. Awesome. We got something to work with. Nothing wrong with anxiety. It's just we got to hear the message and deal with the message. Deal with the whatever is creating the anxiety. The anxiety is just information. Although it doesn't feel like it. I know it's quite overwhelming and not nice to feel anxiety. But if we check in and we get that anxiety before it builds into something, or now that it's here, we can find out the information and why it's there, and then we can deal with it. Biggest problem with us humans is we get a headache and we take painkillers instead of working out why the headache's there in the first place. Sometimes it's easier to take painkillers. Sometimes we're busy and we just got to get on with it. But a lot of the time, we should sit down and go, why is it present? So that's what this is about. Now, the other video first. Now, if we invite our bodies to become comfortable, relaxed, but still alert and aware. Keep your back up straight and your neck up straight. And place your feet square on the floor if you can. And as we bring our attention to our breath, this is the gateway to connecting the mind and the body and to the present moment. You can only breathe in the present moment. You cannot breathe any other time. You cannot take a breath now, 5 minutes in the future. You cannot take that breath 2 weeks ago. You can only take that breath now. You can only be aware of the breath right now. Our minds can wander into the future and our past. But to take that breath, you have to be here now. To be aware, you have to be here. So that's why the breath is the great place to start our meditation awareness. It's simple as saying, I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out. Breathing in breathing out. My favourite two words I like to say is, as I'm breathing in, I like to say calm, and as I breathe out I like to say relax. And notice when you think calm and then you think relax, it has a natural flow and your body automatically follows. You don't need to tell your body to relax, just think of relaxing and it just happens. Just before we start doing a check-in with the body, just find if there's any pockets of tension or any bits of tightness somewhere, and just imagine dispersing them as you breathe out. They just disappear and fading into the body. If you find your mind wanders, just bring it back to your breath and smile and go, thank you for the story. Thank you for the thought, but we're just breathing here now. And you can invite your mind to join you in this exercise, in this practice or meditation, mindfulness, whatever you want to call it. It really doesn't matter. So as we begin to check in with the body, you check in with your body, and we can start from our feet. And we just ask our feet and turn our awareness towards them and go, how are you doing? And we wait for the feet to give a reply. It's not a normal reply. They're not going to suddenly look up and say to you and talk. But in the sensations of how they're feeling, you'll recognize what they're trying to say. You just got to allow them to say whatever they want, or whatever awareness they want you to have. Maybe they're tired, maybe they're feeling a little neglected. Maybe they're feeling good. Maybe a little agitated. Really, there's no right or wrong. And don't judge them when it comes up. Just allow whatever feeling to come up, and then thank them for being here for you. And now you can move your awareness to your legs. Bring them both into your awareness and ask them, how are they doing? Are they warm or tired or hot? Are they feeling restless, or are they ready for a good night's sleep? Then again, whatever insights you get, just thank them for the insights and thank you for being there. Thank you for carrying me around and keeping me upright, and for that, you can have an immense gratitude for your legs. Then we move our awareness to our hips and our bum, all around that area, and inquire how that's feeling. And whatever feelings come up, just thank them and appreciate them. And then move on to your lungs and your chest and your torso, all around that area. There's so many parts of your body that are needed to keep you alive and keep you well. Your kidneys, your liver, your heart, all of it working together for you, to give you life. That's the sole purpose of every part and every atom in your body. And all you're doing by connecting is seeing how they're doing and appreciating them. So you can then appreciate them for what they do. And say thank you and move on to our arms. How are you doing, arms? And you could bring your hands in as well, and how are they doing? Notice when you bring your attention to these parts of the body, they have plenty to say. Whether they're warm, cold, agitated, whether they're in a little bit of pain. Now if we move on to our shoulders and our neck, how is that doing? Is there much tension? Can you relax it more? Now bring your awareness to your head and your face and behind your eyes. How is that all feeling? Is it tensed? Is it relaxed? Maybe it's excited. Now the whole body, from the mind to your face and your head and neck, down through your body. What is all your body telling you? How it's feeling? Maybe it's a bit tired, maybe it's restless. And it's really important to remember to thank the body. Thank your body for all it does for you. We often neglect our body, yet without it we wouldn't be nothing, or we wouldn't be anything. Now in a moment I'm going to count back from 5, but I want you to consider how much different you feel now, just checking in with the body and the way the body feels like it's heard. We're very often so separated, but the mind and the body are the same thing, the body and the mind. Every breath is just as important as every thought. A thought, a breath, a little bit of filtering, a heartbeat, they're all as important as the next. So 5, 4, open your eyes gently. 3, move your shoulders back and forth. Wiggle your arms. 2, take a deep breath. And 1, bring it back and say hi in the comments when we come back and how you're doing. My body is tired. I'm very tired today, and I haven't been sleeping because it's been warm. I have been sleeping, but I keep waking up, so it's broken sleep, and because it's very warm. So I'm very, very aware of that. And as I was going through that then, I was like, I need to wake up. I need to remember to keep talking to you guys. I could have so easily fell asleep then. So thank you for being here. Thank you for this time. I've got my today's thought in a minute that I'm going to do before I go. And a reminder, I'm going to be here every day this week. Same time, 2 p.m. Hi, Marita. I see Lisa come in. Hi, Lisa. My pleasure. Thank you. I'm a little better. I haven't been sleeping too good. Same thing. I think it's the warmth, isn't it? I think it's definitely the warmth. We have been colder here in Australia at night. Yes, that's right. So you're probably sleeping easier because really it's about cooling the room down. This necklace, it's funny, this necklace, I was caught in town one day and it pelted down the most heavy straight down rain. We get horizontal rain in the UK where it goes sideways. We don't very often get the torrential rain, and it just did that. And I went into this place called Velvet Crystal, and I went in there, and the alleyways are so tight. I was going in around them, and I took so long to go in around them, and I come back and I was talking to the owners and I went there. Apparently it's been there like 40 years or something, and I've been in there so long I felt like I ought to buy something. So I was looking in the cabinet and this come up. It's made in Cornwall, where I live. And I don't really go with concepts and things like that and stories and necklaces and all that. But there's nothing wrong with embracing them sometimes. You know, embrace them, but don't get attached to them. So whether it's true or not, I don't know. But apparently the symbols on here are symbols from an old Cornish story about finding clarity and courage in a storm. And of course, at the time, my podcast was called Stillness in the Storms, which is now called Stillness in the Storms again because I've gone back. And so the necklace is a Stillness in the Storms, and it was raining, and it was just what a wonderful little story. So yeah, it was meant to be, if you really believe in that kind of thing. So yeah, nice little thank you. I'm grateful my body was able to make a homemade ham soup yesterday. Exactly. This is the thing. We don't visit our bodies enough. We don't appreciate them enough, do we? I like places like that. They've got loads of little Buddhas. My pleasure, Catcher. And the last time it was raining, actually, me and my daughter got caught up in there. And this time, she cost me the money. We bought a nice little, I think it was a Tree of Life necklace in there. No, the Tree of Life was the one I engraved for Christmas. I got engraved always and have been enough, which is part of my inspiration yesterday for the show. So yeah, I bought a ginger cake mix from my shopping this week. Love ginger cake. My secret. Right, let's do today's thought. Today's thought. It's not about whether the glass is half full or half empty. It's not about whether you got a glass or not. It's about who is providing the content. What is the nourishment and where does it come from? You see it everywhere, and I don't know where it come from, the old story. You know, that positive and negative thinking. Are you a half full type person, half empty type person? And I think just scrap all that. What's important is what's in the glass. Because if it's full and it's something you don't like, what's the point? You know, so it's not as simple as half full, half empty. And it's also who's filling your glass. Are you filling it, or are you allowing someone else to fill it and then they can take it away with you, take it away with them? The point is, it's your glass, it's your life. Fill it with the stuff that nourishes you, the stuff that's important to you. Yes, take advice from outside world, take advice from other people, but you got to fill it with what's important and what nourishes your thirst. Because unless you do that, you'll never be nourished by other people, what nourishes them. And then when you filled your glass, you won't have to worry about anybody else taking anything away. You won't have to worry about what's going on in the outside world, because it's full with what's important to you. That's today's thought. Take it or leave it. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Levi. Whiskey. Good one. My dog used to like whiskey. My stepdad used to drink it all the time. My dog, who's a golden retriever, used to go up and sit at the end of the sofa. And he used to put a little bit down in a saucer. My dog used to love it. I don't like it, personally. Apparently, I haven't tried an expensive one enough. Diane, my friend, is a whiskey drinker. And she said that if you don't like it, you probably haven't tried decent whiskey. So apparently that might be the case. So don't take my whiskey. Yes, we all have different glasses. We do. Fill them with what nourishes you. What gives you fulfillment. Your purpose is what fills you, not what fills other people. And then we don't need the motivation. Motivation's a myth. You only need motivation if you're doing something you don't want to do. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for being here today. Really appreciate it. I recognise how important your time is. So, love you guys, and see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. for another meditation. Take care, look after each other, and namaste.